Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our Swadhyaya online reading tree class presents Power of SAP, the gateway to spirituality Gita daily series. And in this series, we have been reading Gita for the last couple of months. And in the last sessions, if you've remembered, we have completed the verse number 17 of chapter number 16. And now today we are going to start with a new verse that is 16.21, chapter number 16, verse number 21. Okay. So I'm reading it from Bhagavad Gita as it is. And mostly I prefer always having a hard copy of it. And if you do not have any hard copy like this, you can connect with the nearest ISKCON center. You'll be getting definitely a copy in any languages. Okay. So you can get it from there. And now let's then get started with today's verse that is 16.21. Okay. 16.21. That is chapter number 16, the divine and demoniac nature, 16.21. Let me go there. There are three gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give this up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. Purport. The beginning of demoniac life is described herein. One tries to satisfy his lust, and when he cannot, anger and greed arise. A sane man who doesn't want to glide down to the species of demoniac life must try to give up these three enemies, which can kill the self to such an extent that there will be no possibility of liberation from this material entanglement. Now we'll read from the Gita for Daily Enrichment Series Guide, 16.21. Our mental parasites sucking our energy. We may sometimes feel fed up of the way things are going in our life. At such times, we feel mentally tired, even when we are not physically tired. What causes this mental tiredness? Among its various causes, a common, major, and avoidable cause is the indiscriminate overexertion of our power to desire. This overexertion results from our unwittingly welcoming too many superfluous desires in our minds. The Bhagavad Gita 16.21 indicates that these distracting desires that prevent us from acting in our best interests fall into three broad categories: lust, anger, and greed. Lust, the desire to satisfy one's senses, and greed often fuel our desires for the many worldly objects that enter our reason and imagination, be they glitzy forms or gaudy products. These desires are innumerable, and most of them are practically unfulfillable in real life. Consequently, a conscious or subconscious irritation builds up within us. When this irritation becomes, we succumb to anger, which perverts us into becoming sulky or snappy, or even beastly physical. In this way, lust, greed, and anger cumulatively divert our mental focus away from the main goals of our life, both material and spiritual. The resulting inattentiveness makes us falter and blunder while pursuing those goals, as our plans misfire and backfire, and nothing seems to be working in our lives. We get mentally exhausted and exasperated. Thus, our mental exhaustion originates not so much in the external difficulties that life puts in our path as in the internal diversions that prevent us from treading that path effectively. The diversions of lust, greed, and anger are therefore like mental parasites that live off our mind's energies. That's why Gita wisdom urges us to immunize ourselves against these debilitating parasites by diligently serving Krishna externally and remembering him internally. Reading the translation once again. These are three gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sentiment who give this up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. We're connecting the word of the today in the mind map. Let's do that. Gaudy. Gaudy means extravagantly bright, right? So gaudy products. Then next word is sulky snappy. Misfire, exasperated. So let's see that. Misfire, exasperated. Exasperated. EXA, SPE. This word is fine. Is there any other words which are debilitating? Leave off. That is debilitating. Now, DBE, debilitating. I think it's correct. Internally. I think debilitating, that is the disease making someone very weak. Okay, so that's the meaning of it. Now let's, I think we have completed this verse. We'll mark it as a green. So it is done. So we'll mark it as green. Done today. So we will stop here. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.